Market's ripping highs today, and I took 4 trades. We're going to recap those right now. They're all from the live stream this morning. If you didn't know, you can watch my live streams live every day. Market open at my real channel, or my main channel, Trades by Matt. Just put that in the YouTube bar. Come hang out in the live streams. Also, Apex is running their 80% off sale right now every single month. So use code TBM when you go to Apex. You can go to tbm.gg/Apex. Get yourself funded through them. You can have up to 20 funded accounts at once. So again, code TBM on every account that you use, 80% off every single month off of every single account with code TBM. Let's get into the recap. Good morning. Yo, there it is. How we doing, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Happy hump day. It's Wednesday. The markets are ripping ish. I want to stick around for the Robbins update, the leaderboard update. I just want to see how much this other dude made yesterday, because I had a good day yesterday. Currently sitting at 92% on the account, which is technically enough for first yesterday, but we'll see how much he made today. So we'll see. All right, so let's just dive right into it, right? Shall we? All right, news wise, we got PMI 845, 9:30 crude oil inventories, 12 o'clock 5-year auction Wednesday. So yeah, Wednesday today should be decent in theory. News wise, 845 is kind of probably the big moment, but like y'all know, I like to wait the first 15 minutes every day anyways. Market opens at 8:30. I like to wait the first 15 minutes, and today is a good reason why, with PMI coming out. We'll watch and see how thin the books get. Yesterday ended up having a really nice end of day pump. We ended up closing up pretty well, and then the overnight session has just ripped. We got crude oil doing 0.66%, ES at 0.56%. ES, look at this doji bottom. I mean, that's pretty clean. NAS was close, not as clean. But yeah, the name of the game today is just be patient and take those base hits as they come. I'm planning on walking through some stats if y'all are interested in that on the account so far. All right, nice little dump to start the session. Should we just go? Let's go and look at stats. Okay, so I'm looking at the account, obviously the date range 1/1, so start of the year, that's when this account started, with $10,000 in it. Closed profit total 10,501, and I'm at 9,200, so that's $1,300 in commissions. $1,300 in commissions in the last 2.5 weeks 3.5 weeks, whatever that is. Ouch. I was also looking at this last night. Biggest win and biggest loss. I don't remember either one of these trades. And it was funny because we were talking about, we're kind of dumping here a little bit. This is a nice slap. We were talking yesterday about my short-term memory loss that I have with trades, because I like to just move on. And I was like literally racking my brain for when I made almost 100 points on the NQ and when I lost almost 100 points on the NQ, and I don't remember either one. All I know is that this commissions is wrong. All I know is that I would have only done either one of these if I was already up on the session pretty well. For sure the bottom one. Let's see here. Percent profitable, almost 71% on 92 trades. Oh, there we go. Average winning trade, 327. Average losing trade, 398. It makes a lot of sense. I really do like to cut losers around 20 points. And I really do like to look for that 10 to 15 to 20 point profit target spot also. So it makes a lot of sense. Profit factor 0.82%, or 0.82, excuse me. And then 71% winning trades. 70.5. We'll call it 70.5 off of 92 trades total. There you go. That's the whole month in review right there. Candle's closing out here in 30 seconds. On this candle close on the 5-minute, I'd be interested to see kind of how we operate. If it's a quick sweep up with a failure to break the prior high, which seems unlikely at this point, could be an interesting short for a potential ligma, right? Which we're starting to kind of see play out here. A delta divergence short potentially. New candle just opened up. There's the quick sweep of the highs. Buyers kind of try to come through there. Normally that aggressive of a sweep though gets retraced. I'm gonna take the short here. Can we push into the overnight highs? Absolutely. And opening range high? Absolutely. Looking for a little bit more continuation. Got a little slap there. Kind of got rebought. Looking for a little bit more. No big blocks down there. All right, nice. That's 10 points. I'll take it. First trade of the day. Nice little price action style trade there. Off of the sweep of the open. Sweep off the open like that. A lot of times it gets retraced. Well, on like a very strong sweep. We almost had a true Ligma. I wish this would have not been quite as high, but it was close enough to where I was feeling fine with it. Equal highs there. Obviously targeting, you know, front running value area high, front running the prior wick. Look for 10 points. Move on with your day. I didn't have to wait an hour. That's nice. I feel like the last couple days I've been having to wait like an hour to get into a trade. That was a 10-point trade. Got in 41 minutes, right? So $200 up for 41 minutes. All right. There's IBH. Yesterday we rejected IBH like very cleanly as well, right? At the very beginning of the session. Was that yesterday or the day before? Because I just remember I had to stop like right above it and I didn't get filled. That would have been yesterday morning. It's another interesting concept here for the trade. Delta's a little strong. But from a cheap trade perspective, it's pretty cheap. It's at 95.5. I'm gonna take it. Oh, and I'm out. I couldn't even get my order in time. I literally wanted to risk 2 points. I wanted 93 and I wanted to get out at 96. Couldn't even put my order in time. I was too busy actually trying to put a manual order in instead of hotkey it. Gave back 7 points there, instant. Up $75. On to the next. Yes. Hello, initial balance. Sooner than later, maybe. Thought the sport 645 would have broken early in the day. I just can't believe this double bottom held. I can't believe it. I can't believe this guy at 38 held. The double bottom off news. That's wild, man. I don't have the stats on how often this would hold, but it can't be very high. This situation. We had that news, and then we came back down and retraded it right here. Yeah. Like that. I just can't. The perfect double bottom at 38. Not very often does that hold. That's for sure. Not very often at all. All right, looking for a 20s rotation. It'll be 40 points off of the highs. That's pretty good if we get there into the, you know, initial balance high area. Little tweezer double bottom. I imagine we flush that. But we'll see. Point of control flips comes in. Immediately sweep the tweezer top. Or the tweezer bottom, excuse me. Maybe. It's time. Lock in. All right, let's see what happens here. We're gonna sweep it. I'm gonna get filled out. And then the question is, what happens next, right? Sweeping to 700 overnight highs, very, very possible, borderline likely with the liquidity that's sitting there. I just like the guaranteed entry at IBH. Delta heavy. Yeah, for sure. And it makes sense, right? Snapping IBH is going to bring in heavy delta. We're just slowly cranking out these 80s. Now we got a 100 block at 700. Cleaned out those weird blocks. Those are all gone now. Still got the overnight highs down below. And then opening range high is going to be at 95-ish. 95.75 or so. Can totally be arranged. I agree. I agree. I'm inclined to think that it's not, but I completely agree. At the end of the day, like, we absolutely could just, you know, accept back into our initial balance. We'll see how it responds when we retest it from underneath. The retest from underneath will kind of dictate, you know, what happens next. We clean reject 19, then we're looking at VWAP basically. Middle of the range. 80s. All that stuff. 80-20 or the 20 to 80 rotation off a rejection underneath. I think that would be very clean. But gotta see how we respond first. At the end of the day. So definitely two good options at play currently. We either had the dirty sweep through, push back, clean out the highs at 40 and run right into the 80s, or 80s and higher probably, or we get the retest from underneath at 1920, or even those little wicks, right? And then we have the rotation down into like 80s, 70s, VWAP middle of the range, somewhere around that line. Both make a lot of sense. Selling still, you know, a little heavy. Delta's heavy. Couldn't quite get up to initial balance. High. 3 points off-ish. Something like that. Just coming in to see kind of what Delta's doing. Still a little heavy. Trying to sweep the lows here. 700, still defending 700. Quick sweep of the lows makes sense. We'll see like what type of selling takes place when that does happen, if it does happen. I'm down 15 points right now. I still prefer to see us retrade 19 first to then see kind of what happens at 700 and later, but that would, you know, that would be very clean price action to me. That would be very clean to me. And something that I would like to see is like the retrade of 19 to then, you know, show a lot of weakness still, and then, you know, flip short for the break of 700. Before that happens, before we retrade it, it just feels more momentum-y and meh. Trying to do it. There's a quick little sweep of the prior low. Watching to see kind of, you know, what happens around this prior low. Still 700 cycle level. We had a little bit of sellers there on the break. Nothing crazy, but I also don't want to take just like mounds of heat on this trade, so. And it's appearing that I'm going down that route on the snap of the overnight highs. We don't have that many sellers in here. And it's like, are we going to float VWAP? It's potential. It's 20 points lower. Definitely potential. Probably the good buy spot. But I still want to see us trade 20, so wait and see. Hurry up and wait. Down 20 points. Regaining 700. We swept that prior low. We got volume now at 701. Point of control just flipped down. 40 seconds left on this candle as well. Little 3-point sweep. Sellers are still just kind of stair-stepping us down. I definitely want to see the other thing that's happening. Like, I would like to see this literally completely opposite. We're sitting on volume. The thing is that we're not aggressively sweeping this. In fact, we're probably going to close right at the prior low. I got to hold on. We're right at a psych level. Psych level 700. I'm going to hold on to this thing for just a little longer. See what happens. Candles opened up. Now we're starting to see Delta kind of slowing down here. That's good. Fortunately, 30 points of heat or so. I think 90. Yeah, 30 points. I'm at 25 right now. Pretty unfortunate, but part of it. Again, 19, 20 initial balance high is very important. Also right where the blue line algo is, right? Classic. But I think the retest of that will be very telling for the session, at least the short term of the session. And if we don't trade it, it's obviously telling as well. But like I think from a cleanness perspective, I really want to see us trade it so that we can see it be a clean rejection or acceptance back. They're just hanging out at psych level 700. Big number. And point of control. A lot of volume. The most volume, in fact. So now that we got Delta going sideways, I want to see a little bit of buyers push in here as we try and pop the top of this range at like 03. We pop 03, 04. Want to see some buyers kind of kick in for the continued surge up. Not doing it yet. Come back in. You'll see when we start getting more buyers here on Delta as we're near that top of that range. You'll see it really kick in. Still not a lot for the, the pop that we're getting right now. Trying to come around. All right. Yeah, we're getting there finally. 7/10 here, almost a full engulf. We got the prior open at 12 1/4 that we want to get through and close above. Close above on that would be great. Then we should push initial balance high. Blue line algo, my average entry price, right? The strongest resistance known to man. If we can get up there, then we'll really be able to tell kind of what's, I think, kind of what the play is going to be for the rest of the session or close to it. We either, pop initial balance high pretty aggressively, kind of like how we had this sweep to the downside, or we really stall out here and roll over. And if we roll over, then I think that's almost like acceptance back into the range, and we would want to be trading it accordingly with the given range that we have right now. A little bit of sellers here, still kind of dicking around. We got 40 seconds left on this candle. Let's see how we close out. Looking like a decent close, all things considered. Yeah, right into the prior open. Rejecting it, but there. So now we're probably going to come back, retrade 700, point of control, bounce it into 19, potentially. Definitely an option. Kind of starting to see that stair-stepping delta a little bit. Nothing crazy, though. Not enough to be juiced. Excited. Down, what, 10 points? Okay. This is where it matters. Buyer's still kind of grinding. We got a 40-40. Nothing crazy on the size either way. 40. The hundreds are the ones that are moving around, so don't pay attention to that. But yeah, books are like flat-ish. 1 minute doji, we roll over for sure off of that. Back into point of control. Broker to use? Introducing broker is EdgeClear. They handle everything for me. I recommend. All right. Here's initial balance high. And we got buyers trying to push through it. That's what I was talking about. This is very, very important. Very important spot. Very important spot. To me. Very important spot to me. 22.5, also important. Want to pop 22.5. I want to have buyers stepping up, holding us above initial balance high. All right. Right now, and I care about the close here probably. So like, I want to see what happens on the closes. And I want to see us get through this right where we stopped. We need to break the prior high, like the current high on this candle, break the current high, either on this candle or the next candle, but I want to see it within the 5-minute mark. So in the next 2.5 minutes, probably. I can also totally see us just closing right here, to be honest. Getting a little bit of sellers here as well. Needs to get above and get above that 22 level or whatever that was. 2275. Yeah. 2275, line in the sand. As well as initial balance is a quite literal line. And blue line algo, quite literal line in the sand. Got a minute left on this candle. 5-minute candle. See how the structure handles. Current pace, I wouldn't be shocked to see us close 19. So far though, feeling like we're gonna end up rejecting it. Rolling over a little bit off of it. I just care more about the candle actually closing out than these $60, $100, whatever. It's more telling than a 5-point trade. I'm just flipping back and forth so I can see delta. And then the 1-minute structure, that I think is pretty helpful. All right, candle's closing out. It's closed at 11 off the prior open. Interesting. Here's IB high again. It just feels like it wants it. Still having a little bit of a hard time with Delta, but it just feels like the ask is getting lifted, and it feels like it wants it, but might be killing this thing here pretty quick. All right, I'm out. I'm down $100. I think that structure right there, that's the rejection of IBH. That's cleaner than the first try. I got nothing to say on today, to be honest. Nothing yet. I let it I gave it its full run potential for me. Sellers. What's the play? What's the play? Tempted to take the stab short, to be honest. Off IB. All right, risking $100. If I get filled. Okay, sick. All right, I'm short one. All right, I take the 5 points there, and I am officially flat on the session minus commissions. So I'm down like a lot. I am 0 P&L. I am flat on the session, completely flat, and I'm still down like $40 or something. Down a bag from commissions, right? Literally. The initial balance high short there though is nice. It's clean.